see here. Good. All right. Nice. We have a good group. Okay. So this is going to beep at you as a warning. You have 5 seconds to get ready. Pretty loud. The side steps. Just side steps. You can take big steps if you want. You can do little hoppity hops. And you can move your arms however you want. You can get those into the mix. It's 30 seconds on and 10 seconds off, okay? If you feel like you might need more of a warm-up towards the end, you're welcome to take less of a break. This will beep when we have 3 seconds. So the next one is calf raises. I'm gonna use the incline model, and I'm gonna take the volume of this down. It's annoying me. There we go. Raises. So when you're doing calf raises, like the tendency is to sort of pitch the hips forward, so you can actually use your core a bit here. You don't have to suck in your belly or anything like that. That's a little bit overkill. But you can draw your belly in and up. Keep going, because I'm going to read a chat here. Okay. So I know some of you can't jump, some of you can't go upside down. So I will make sure that I address some of that. Good. So the next one is arm swings. Superty duperty. And then the one after that is leg swings, right? So this will be pretty easy. So we're going to go forward first. Again, work with your range of motion, and, you know, remember you're warming up, so you don't have to go all out right off the bat. And then at 15 seconds, which is coming up soon, we're going to reverse direction. So ready? We'll go backwards. If you want, you could do it like one at a time. Right? We're going swimming now. And just keep going. And then after this, we've got leg swings. I'll show you what those look like. You guys can rest. We're just going to swing forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Doesn't have to look pretty. Ready? And here we go. Forward and back. And I'm going to do a couple in a row because I have pretty good balance, but that may not work for you. So remember to do what you can do. You should be having at least some fun. So, you know, things get too frustrating. You have to make the executive decision to put a little fun into it. You don't have to swing it too high. My legs swing naturally pretty high, so please don't force yourself. And then we're going to do lunge pulses. Lunge pulses with your left leg in front. Some of you I know have knee stuff, so be careful about going too low. Okay, left leg in front, and put your hands on your hips. A little bit of this, little bit of this. Some of you might get way low, but like my knees are very iffy, so I don't go too hard. Make sure your weight is in your front heel and not the front toe area of your foot if you can. And you can have your feet super wide. Breathing, you're breathing, right? Good. All right, so then it's the right side for the next one. So shake it out. Shake it out a little bit. Get ready. Right side. Pulse. Remember, you don't have to go as low as me, or you might go lower. So you have to work with your joints here, the knees and the hips especially. And you want to make sure that if you can, you're breathing through your nose. So if you're not too stuffy, try to use your nose as much as you can, because that's where a lot of your immune system comes into play. Oh, geez. That actually kind of hurt. Okay, the next one is squat hops, which means you can literally just do little hops like this, a little squat. Or you can do big hops. I mean, it's all up to you. Or you can just do squats, right? Because those of you that can't hop or your knees don't love you, which is okay. You can always love your knees even if they don't love you back. So squat hops if you want. Squat hops. Just move your arms in a comfortable way. All right, so we're doing side lunges to a leg lift. Essentially, you're lunging and doing this. You notice I don't get a break in this, but you guys do. It's cool. And your legs aren't, Maybe they go higher than mine, which is fine, but they're probably not going to go as high for some of you. So please, just do your thing. Do your thing. And you're trying to use your glutes when you lift to the side. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second. You keep going. The next thing you're going to do is you're either going to squat or you're going to join me in doing what we call a candlestick. Not everybody can stand up from that. So I'd rather you squat. Starting, by the way. So if you need to squat, that's your squat. Okay, go down low. Otherwise, the candlestick, you can use your hands to get up if you need to. The idea is maybe someday you work towards not needing your hands. And on our last one, mountain climbers. So if you can't go upside down, last week we put our hands on furniture or a chair or a block. Mountain climbers. And I do these with a pause to warm up. If you want to keep going, you can, but we're doing that later. Just a little portent of things to come. So pause, pause, pause. Having fun. We're almost there. You can rest anytime. Okay. Lovely. So that's the warm up. So we're going to set up for the HIIT. We have 2.5 minutes. So get a drink, do what you have to do. We have 10 sets of the HIIT. We're doing 12 of the strength because I like strength better than cardio. It's going to be 45-15. 45 on, 15 off. And I'll give you a little preview here. I don't know why I'm congested, but it does sometimes happen when I work out. All right, so the first 3 things are side to side hops. So we already did these stats earlier, which you can do again, right? Or you can do little hops, big hops, like whoo, all the way over. Really depends on what you're working with, right? You might be working with balance stuff or impact stuff. The second one is sumo steps. I'm getting some resistance bands in the mail that are going to make these more interesting, but for right now, you basically go as low as you can in a squat. And you're just going to go side to side and try to stay low. Those are sumo steps. I mean, you could do it like this, like literally like a sumo wrestler. I'm not going to, suppress your creative desires here. And then the third one, mountain climbers, right? We just did those, but I did them with a pause, which you could do. Otherwise, these are for like high intensity, right? And then we'll go from there, okay? So you still have like 45 seconds to rest. Same thing, this will beep. This will beep when you're about on the last 3 seconds of your set, and it will beep to start you and stop you. All right. There's nothing here that you're going to need or probably want equipment for. If you do have any weights, if you have water gallon jugs, if you have heavy canned goods, you could bring those out for the strength portion, but equipment is not required. All right, we're going to get started. So side to side hops, then the sumos, then the mountain climbers, and we'll go from there. All right, so far no calls of distress, so that's good. 5 seconds to get started. Side to side hops. Ready and go. So remember, you don't have to hop, you can just step. And you can take deep steps, right? You could do that. And if you want, you could even, I mean, I'm not gonna do that, but you could put something down for you to hop over. That might just be asking for a disaster. And you don't have to balance on one leg like I am. I'm just channeling my inner flamingo. Remember, this is 45 on, 15 off, 10 sets. You can rest, bow out of a set anytime you want. But do take your rest time, because we are trying to get our heart rate to do different things. Whew, okay, then we have sumo steps. So you know you're way down there. I think I might go full sumo today. I don't know, let's see. Ready? I'm just gonna take my arms here, staying as low as I can as I walk. And then if you want to, you could take big steps. I have more room going this way, so I'm gonna change that up. Staying low. I mean, I am not gonna like stomp the ground, but you could. The idea is just to stay low, right? So you can arrange your feet out like I am, or point them forward. After this, we have mountain climbers. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate those, but they're pretty good for what they do. Almost there. Okay, mountain climbers, elevate your hands if you need to. Here we go. I can't guarantee I'm going to talk much here, so breathing, you can pause if you need to do that. Just focus on breathing. Try not to let your head hang down. Try to hold it up a little bit. You guys are going to keep going because I need to see what's next for y'all. Okay, almost there. Squat hops, or this, squat hops, in and out. Then we're going to revisit those candlesticks after, or just squats. There, I didn't get a rest. I'll just keep going. Squat hops or squat steps. And I want to show you from the side, in case you need to know. Squats have your hips back, not your knees forward. Just a friendly public service announcement. Your squats might be lower, they might be higher. I don't know. So keep going. If you can't do the candlesticks, I would recommend doing a chair pose with your calf raises, okay? Otherwise, the candlestick hops are here. Like that. So you're either doing these guys, or starting jumping up, or you're doing calf raises from your chair. You can use your hands to get up, but if you don't have to, don't. If it were up to me, I would skip leg day. And then after this, you're almost there. Ugh. All right, we're on the floor. We're doing what's called crisscross crunches. Oh, I didn't really see the alliteration. So you can either be here and just go crisscross, or you can come up like this, right? So here, you're starting, you're just doing fast crunches, or you're lifting up. Maybe. This is more meant to be fast, so you may just kind of go side to side, take a break if you need to. We've got 15 seconds. So if you're not in actual pain, and you're just realizing how out of shape you are, like I might be, you can keep going. All right. From there, we have side lunges. Okay. Side lunges. You take your hand on your legs, or if you want to, you can do a little shuffle in between. Aren't you glad there's only 10 of these? Here we go. Having fun. Do what your knees can do. Remember, your butt goes back. Show you from the side, your butt goes back. After this, we have mountain climbers with a push-up. Fun. Why did I do this to myself? All right, every 3. So you go 1, 2, 3, push-up. By the way, your push-up does not have to be super low. You guys are going. I would do light ones because you know you're doing strength training soon. Or you can just take your knees down and do a bunch of push-ups. And then keep going. You got 12 seconds. You may want to grab a wall or a piece of furniture for the next 2. So keep going, you're almost there. A wall or a piece of furniture, because you're going to be doing one-legged squats with your other leg in front. You could do it without. So go ahead. So do one leg. Pick one and stick with it for the 45 seconds. So you can use a support, especially if your knees are a little wonky, like mine are. Doing this on one leg, you're probably going to get a bit tired. Take a rest. Or just use more support if you have to, and keep your breathing going. Then we just have one more, and then we get a 3-minute break. So yay, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Almost there. Ooh. Side 2, when this is done, shake it out. Maybe literally, maybe figuratively. Side 2, ready? And go. This is my tender knee, so I probably won't go very low. So remember, adjust according to what you need. Ooh. Yeah, I think that would work. Use all support you need. Try to keep your posture relatively straight, like, don't hunch over if you're exhausted or lazy or probably just exhausted. If you're doing this, you're not lazy. 10 seconds. Almost there. Yay. Okay. So we are a third of the way through this. Hooray. You have 3 minutes. Well, a little less than that. This is the strength portion. So I'll give you a little preview of what's to come. We're gonna do some balance work. So that wall or chair, piece of furniture can be really helpful. There's an option to use some weights. Get your gallons of water. They're all missing at the supermarket, so I'm sure y'all have at least one with you. Or grab a pack of toilet paper, I don't know. The first thing is going to be a balance. Now notice, you could have your right leg behind you and just do a bunch of this. I would propose try to keep your back leg up. Use your glutes, not your low back, okay? And you will do like a row to a kickback. You don't need weights to make this happen. You just create like your own resistance and you squeeze your tricep at the end of this. And to me, it feels pretty good actually. So, and then we'll do it on the other side. Okay, and then the third one will be, it'll be like those sit-ups we did, except a wee bit different. So you could do those again if you wanted to, or you can have your arms out and essentially you're just trying to, you can touch your knee, don't touch your foot. Touch the opposite leg or foot with the opposite arm. Okay, that's your first 3 exercises. And a lot of this is going to repeat itself, so not a lot of new stuff. That's probably just like 3 kind of newish things, okay? So you still have a minute? Yep, a minute, thereabouts. So. It's okay to be dying. We're all dying in an existential sense. But yeah, I wish I didn't have to talk through it some days, but maybe it distracts me. All right, we're about ready to get started. If you need to come in later because you need extra rest, it's fine. You can catch up with us, okay? But we are gonna start, so it's that warrior 3 shape, or if you're a dancer, it's like a, well, with your chest down, it's a scale, right? So we're gonna do right leg first, right arm. Remember, you could just do the motions with your arms. It's just as effective, unless you're looking to build muscle. So we got a few seconds here. Your leg does not have to be as high as mine, and here we go. And yes, I'm using a support. You don't have to, I suppose, but probably want to. And try to really like squeeze that tricep muscle and keep your arm close to you. Don't let your arm start to wander away from your side. And if there's any pain in the elbow when you do this, then limit your range. Do not create pain in your elbow. You don't have elbow muscles, so it's not like you're actually getting any benefit from feeling a strain there. We're almost there. You can drop your leg. You don't have to go high. 3, 2, 1. Okay, side 2. Almost there. Ready, set, and go. Try to keep your belly supporting the leg lifting. Sometimes we use the low spine to lift our legs. So try to like have a little, just pulling in, don't suck it in, you need to breathe. Just a little pull in is fine. And try not to swing. I'm gonna show you, like try not to swing your arm, you know, like have a little control. Okay. Whew. And if you need to put the weight down and just work on the balance, like that's cool too. Almost there. And we have those lovely little sit-ups. Okay, putting it down. So the sit-ups are probably gonna look different on everyone, I'm guessing, which is fine. So you can do crisscross crunches, or you can do a full sit-up. Your legs might have to bend like so. And we're not in, you know, cardio training anymore. So form is important, not speed. Usually I will inhale when I lay down and exhale up. So anything that creates effort in the body, the exhale is usually the best breath to use when you're doing the hardest thing. It's what we get to stay on the ground. You're gonna flip over, and take your legs apart as far as you want to. And then, so you got a diamond shape, pull your heels together and lift. Don't let your heels come apart. Your legs may not lift very high because you want to use your glutes when you do this. So squeeze your butt when you lift your legs, okay? Instead of arching your spine, right? And try to squeeze your heels together. It's okay if they don't touch, no big deal, but try. As long as you're squeezing your glutes every time you lift, you're doing what you're supposed to do. If you are able to squeeze your heels together, it's just bonus. Go a little faster if you can, pulses, because we're almost there. Okay, now we have what I call jumping jack push-ups, feet together. You can skip that part and then push up. You can do these on your knees too. I recommend hands wide. Go ahead. Hands wide. And you might even turn your fingers out a wee bit. And you're trying to keep your belly in, right? So like the second your low back starts to sag, take your knees down behind you and do your best. If all you want to do is hold a plank, that is also valid. Not much time left. Do one really good one. What's next? Russian twists. Okay. These are like little seated crunches. You can hold a weight or a cat or a small dog, and you're just going to go side to side. So you could literally just do this, no weight. Little side to side motion. Your feet can be on the ground. Okay, and then when you do it, you want some integrity in your spine. You don't want to be like Quasimodo the whole time. Smiling is optional. You can cry if you want to. We're so close to being done already. Jeez. Breathing. Okay, we have lunges. I'm gonna use a weight, you don't have to. So you're gonna pivot. Lunge one, lunge two, lunge one, like that. If you wanna use a weight, you can hold it close to your body like a little baby, or you can do what I'm doing. I just turned Scottish for a second. You don't have to lunge low, but those of you with healthy knees and spines can go for that. Almost there. You're breathing. Don't be afraid to breathe. So the next thing we're gonna do is repeat the first 3 things that we did. Oh dear God. Okay. So you might use a weight, I don't know. Put the right leg's back. First thing we did. If you want to just hold Like if you actually did do the jug of water, you just want to hold it, you can do that. I usually exhale on the kickback. You can lift your leg higher if you want, using your butt, remember, because your belly still has to work a little. Hey, we're more than halfway there, like for this set, right? Okie dokie. Get ready for side duh. You know, I always like when I go to a workout class, and I mean, it doesn't happen often just because I mean, I've been doing this shit for so long, but I like when I go and they're doing something that I just can't do. It's like initially frustrating, right? But then it's like, oh, good. Like, that's just telling me where I have a weakness. Could be coordination, it could be muscle, it could be my brain to muscle, which is coordination. But I've learned to relish those moments instead of get frustrated. So hopefully you guys can find that if you're coming up against stuff like that. We got those wonderful sit-ups again. So the crisscross, where you can do your crunches. Whew. Remember, bend your legs if you need to, especially if the low back is a spot that you have to be careful of. And, you know, it would be better to do like, let's say 6 really good ones than 20 really crappy ones. So think about at the end of your workout, especially when you get tired and sloppy, of quality over quantity. Okay, so we're just holding stuff. Now, 2 more. So you can do a plank hold, regular plank, like push-up position, or you can do side plank. I'm gonna do forearm side plank. Yeah. Fun stuff. You can do forearm regular plank too, right? Feet position matters. The wider your feet, the more support. Okay. The more narrow your feet, the less support. You can be down on the floor and then coming up when you're ready. Regular planks are welcome. What do you have to treat yourself with afterwards? Trying to think what I have. Oh, we got one more. Okay, so you can do plank with your knees down. You can skip this last thing. If you did something asymmetrical, like the one arm plank, I suggest doing it again. Some people will be here. It's okay to come up and down. Like if all you have in you is 5 seconds total, that's 5 seconds more than you would have done if you didn't join us today. You only have like 15 seconds. So if you can breathe through it and it's not painful, it's just tiring, you got 5 seconds now. Easy peasy. Oh boy. Okay. You're done. I mean, if you're sticking around for the stretching, you're still done with that stuff. So, yeah. I'm not timing the stretching. So if you're not sticking around for stretching, no big deal, but don't like hop right into something, right? Can you just maybe do a few of the things that we did earlier just to cool down, you know, swinging your arms or whatever would be good. Otherwise, stick around for a bit. Feel free to, if you have the means and you feel there's value in the class, to donate a little bit of your doubloons or your cashola, even if it's like $1. Because I'm not working. I mean, this is work, but I'm not doing a full schedule by any means. And I'm just happy to do this regardless if people can contribute. So the first thing I'm gonna have us do is start with one leg in, let's say the left leg like this. Be kind to your knees. If they don't bend, just take it out. And then the other leg in front. So we're gonna stretch forward. And you know, it's okay if you can't touch your toes. You realize that that's not like a requirement to be fit. There's a lot of reasons why you might not be able to. So let your knee bend. Let that straight leg knee bend as you go forward. There's a reason it wants to bend. Let it happen. And it might free up some space for you to reach further down. And as you're reaching forward, it's not so much about the proximity of your nose to your knee. It's more like, can you stretch yourself forward towards your toes, like your whole body, okay? So think more forward with your body than down. And this is a good place to calm your breath down, okay? So using your nose to breathe, which I know isn't easy during allergy season or if you're a little stuffy, but you get a lot of benefits from breathing through your nose versus your mouth. I'm not going to nerd out on you here. You can look up on the internet, but there's so much, not just your physical health, but also your mental health. So if you're still reaching forward, like if you haven't reached the max of that yet, go ahead and turn. You're going to twist your chest towards the bent leg and just open your arm up a little bit. You can let your head hang or look down. You're just going to open up away from that straight leg. You can even use the leg with your hand for a little bit of leverage to twist more. Good. And then we'll switch legs. Okay, so again, this leg may not be able to do this very comfortably, so just do what it can. And then as you stretch towards the extended leg, check in with the back of the knee. You don't want to force a lot of sensation behind the knee. So I have to bend my leg a lot on my left side so I can spread the sensation up to my hamstring. So keep that in mind. If you've always stretched this way and you've always felt pain in the back of your knee and you didn't know what to do about it, now you have an idea. So you're getting long rather than getting low. If you can manage to do both, great. And you're going to use your breath to start to pull your heart rate down and to get your nervous system out of that. We just put it in a stress mode, but it was on purpose. And now we're going to try to take it out. And then you can stay longer. Sometimes you need longer on one side. We're going to turn the chest towards the bent leg, away from the extended leg. You can put your hand on the floor or that leg to move. And then maybe that right arm reaches up. Your head is optional. You might look around until you find a really good spot and settle there. And then we're going to take our arms to stretch the back of our shoulders a bit. So I'm going to get a wee bit closer in case you're not familiar with this position. I love getting texts from cafes I can no longer go to. We miss you. Yeah, I miss you too. So arm, like so. You don't have to sit like this, by the way. You could be standing. I'm just here to get closer to you. You're going to cross the right arm over the left, and first you're going to give yourself a hug, because I think most of us are lacking hugs in some way, shape, or form. And with your right, my right arm's on top, so if you can. And then depending on your, lots of things, you could try to find these eagle arms where you cross above the elbow. It's not always possible, right? So if you can't do that, place your left hand on the right shoulder and pull that shoulder towards the front of your body. Get that shoulder blade nice and stretched. If you're going into the eagle arms, you do the same thing, just with a funky arm position. So anything you need to do. Apparently I'm part of a group text. My favorite. Good. And then we'll come forward. And then for a second before we go to side 2, you'll take your right arm up and over and see if you can grab the elbow. If you can't, just grab the whole arm, no big deal. But if you can grab the elbow and pull it across, again, over to your left. Like, I can't do this all the way open because my shoulder joint's unstable. So if you're having weird sensations, you just pull the arm more in front of you and you just pull from there. Good. Now we'll do side 2. Left arm over the right. Give yourself a hug. And then grab what you can. You might not be able to grab your shoulder, but grab what you can of that left arm and pull it across. If you're going for eagle arms, that's fine too, but you're pulling the left arm across the body to the right. Try to keep your jaw relaxed. And your breath is moving, so your arms are probably moving too. I'm going to stay a little longer. The side's tighter. But if you want to, you can just reach up and over for your left elbow. Okay, I'm ready. So again, that elbow could reach up and over, like literally over your plumb line, or you could reach it forward. Good. And then the last thing that we'll want to do, because I believe we should do one of these a day, is if you have to fly, go ahead and fly. But I would recommend like a spinal twist of some kind with your knees together or crossed, right? But little side to side motions here. And you can stick around and, if your knees don't go to the floor, which is very common, so if you're not doing that, you're actually normal. Put something underneath your knees, right? Like you got pillows, you got blankets, you're at home, you have lots of props, so support yourself. And this is really good to do if you're sitting all day. So if you can set your alarm for every 45 to 60 minutes, do like 2 minutes each side, 2.5 minutes each side. I have a YouTube channel with over 100 videos, and there's a lot of stuff there for pain and stiffness. So that's how I'm ending you guys today. Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to be heard, or if you want to say something. And you're welcome to come back next week or come to my 9:30 yoga class.
Great class, Christine. Thank you so much.
Oh, yay. Thank you. Yeah, and then I'm always happy to take suggestions. So, once you take a class or two, you can kind of get an idea of like, oh, can we do, I can always modify. I always have a plan, right? But if you're like, people are like arms, I want to do arms. Let me know ahead of time. And whew, I'm worked out. Thank you, Peter. Yep, I got on my video game shirt today. And I'm going to be candid, I was wearing this yesterday too. So much less laundry these days. Thank you guys for coming. I'm going to sign off now. If you have any questions, you all know how to reach me in different ways. So hope to see you again soon, and stay mentally healthy.